G'day guys, it's Jake here. Nothing in this video is financial advice. Please do your own research when it comes to investing. Alright, let's go. Okay, so the topic of this video is the crypto market, so particularly Bitcoin and the altcoin market. And we'll go over some interesting factors and tweets and indicators to see will this reckoning end, because it's pretty brutal at the moment. And as you can see here, I've got the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, which was created back in 2018, and we are reading a fear reading for Bitcoin. So pretty shocking times. It's I can definitely feel for the people who are still holding. I mean, it's very hard to go through the grain and through the ringer and going back and forth and staying, on a positive attitude when you get times like these. It's absolutely brutal. So, yeah, it's not really good at the moment, but keep your head high and hopefully you get through this period. So I wanted to show you a tweet by Whalewire, and just in. On-chain data confirms this is the second largest liquidation event in Bitcoin's entire history, right after the FTX collapse in November 2022. This comes amid news that Germany is selling $3.5 billion of seized Bitcoin, and Mt. Gox begins paying back $8.5 billion to creditors, with the majority expected to be sold. Wow, so you can see, I'll zoom in for this picture here, liquidation event right at the end of 2022, which pretty much marked a bottom for Bitcoin. It was just so painful back then, and now we've exceeded it. It's just crazy, Yeah, that's what happens, Combined selling pressure from governments, as well, and the Mt. Gox thing, which is 2013. This was a long time ago. It's when it marked the top for Bitcoin back in the first cycle there. And finally, you got creditors getting paid back for that. So, yeah, pretty rough times. Peter Schiff, the biggest bear, in crypto. He doesn't like Bitcoin. He's a gold bug, and he just absolutely despises Bitcoin and takes every chance he gets when times like these happen. A big dump happens. So yeah, good old Peter. At 54k, my guess is that over 70% of those who bought Bitcoin ETFs are losing money. When Bitcoin trades below 38k, 100% of Bitcoin ETF buyers will be losing money. That's when I expect the real selling to start, as most crypto ETF speculators will throw in the towel for good. And someone here in the comments, regardless if Bitcoin goes down to 35k, it'll still have been a better asset than gold since inception. You replied, it's been a better asset than everything since inception. That's irrelevant. Most people who own it don't buy it at inception. Most people who bought Bitcoin are down. Almost everyone who bought gold is up. And gold is doing well this year, so is silver and commodities. They're leading the commodity market, and he's got a right to say that because it is happening. But Bitcoin is outperforming gold from the start of the year to now, and so yeah, you got to look at a period of time. People do lose money in this market because they don't get control of their emotions. They let it, the fear get to them, and they sell into fear and panic, and that's when you should be buying, not when you're selling. But yeah, crazy. Edward Mora, stop saying we should just chopping or ranging. My brother, nobody in this industry is 100% Bitcoin. We effing are drowning 90% in alts, nuking 3 months already. Oh, God. And good old Benjamin Cohen responds to it. This guy's great. By the way, you should give this guy a follow on YouTube and on Twitter as well. He's got great information about the markets. He does charting like me, and I get a lot of inspiration from him. And yeah, He's one of the guys who really made me lead me to start this channel. And yeah, you should definitely give him a follow. And he always talks about the Bitcoin dominance. And he's been right for 2 years now, and he's riding it up. He's loving it, absolutely. He's all in on Bitcoin, so he's not an altcoin guy at all. It's Bitcoin maxi. Well, he says he's not a Bitcoin maxi, but he is for this Bitcoin dominance rally, that's for sure. And we'll get into the charts. So, Bitcoin. Look at it. Look at it. Absolutely tanking today. So, go back to the daily. Have a look on this candle here. And we're down 7% on the day. Wow. Absolutely brutal. And I did draw up this line, right, from the beginning of, so not beginning of the year, but at the end of 2023. And we came back for the Bitcoin spot ETF, and we are testing it here. But the test didn't even get a bounce, didn't even get up like that. It just went straight through, which shows, that this sloping trend line is invalidated. It's absolutely irrelevant now. So Bitcoin looks like it's going to head down to the level I've drawn here, 51K. Is definitely imminent. It's coming. So be prepared. So we're only buying in the middle of nowhere's land. Definitely 51K, and you should see a reaction here. I should see some stalling here if we decide to go up, or we go down again, retest, and then we head even lower to 41K, which is around this cluster of support. So yeah, it's very interesting times we're seeing. It's absolutely brutal today. I told you 7% candle. Absolutely nuts. I can show you some altcoins. So we got Ethereum. You got this triangle. It's absolutely been respecting this line. Up here 3 times. We have a high, a lower high. So we contract. So this is not a downtrend or an uptrend. It's pretty much a consolidation area. And finally, we should have got this test here and an upside break. But broke straight through just like Bitcoin. And now we're at support at 28.70. Tested it once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5. So 5 times. Will it hold, or will this level just break through the floor? And we'll see what happens, like Inception, just breaking through the floor. We'll see. If you're a holder, it said hold on for dear life. I mean, if it goes lower, be prepared, all right? For all scenarios, anything can happen, all right, guys? So just be careful, be wary, because crypto can just shock you like this. And I can show you what the percentages are. We can have a look for the day. We are down 10% on ETH. 10%. So it's gone down more than Bitcoin. And you know what's gone even more down than these two is the altcoin market. Absolutely obliterated the altcoin market. And we got this altcoin here, Optimism. I'll leave it on automatic. And we can see we had this line drawn all the way back here in 2022, guys. All the way back. We've tested. It's been very respected. And we didn't even test this time. We just smashed straight through. And we've got the support line here. But, wow, that's going back a long time. This is not looking good. Not looking very optimistic for optimism. I tell you what. Horrid scenes, and if people, are wondering how much it's down from this local high here, I'll pull up this tool here, measurement tool. 75%, guys, and 75%. And look, go back to Bitcoin for a sec. Bitcoin, from its local high, is only down 27%. So that versus 75%. Yikes. Very, very good. Another token that I'm watching very heavily. I'm very, very interested in this one. Aerodrome. And you can see another one that's getting obliterated. Okay, it's down 83% from its high. It's all-time high. Because this just got launched in end of 2023. It's a very new project on Base. I'm liking what they're doing. Their fundamentals are strong. The numbers, users are growing. Their revenues look good. Their platform's great. The users are just raving about this, seeing YouTubers. Everyone's raving about it. So this could be an opportunity this cycle. But yeah, it's not looking good. I don't see it bouncing anytime soon. It's just falling through each level like clockwork, just smashing through, guys. It's just not looking great at all. Another one I'm watching, which is on Optimism Network, which is very similar to Aerodrome. They're both decentralized exchanges. And you can see that one there has been brutalized as well. And it's down 87%, even more. So yeah, right to the bottom here. And the chart goes back to 2022 because this one got launched a couple of years ago. So I'm not sure what the levels are, but definitely they're lower than these ones. So I can't show you that. And yeah, I want to talk about also the Bitcoin dominance, just to show you why it was such a brutal day. And you can see as we got this big pop up here in dominance, we got this big 1% move in dominance. So that's the reason why, yeah, we're getting absolutely brutalized crypto market, altcoin market, and you can see the rest of the alt BTC pairs are just following suit. They're getting hammered. 2%, 3.5%, 1.68%, absolutely brutal. And the dominance of others outside the top 10, like it's coming back to this trend line I've drawn. It goes all the way back to 2016, guys. Like, wow. Like, it's just, woo. Will this hold? I don't think so. So, yeah, it's not looking very tidy for this one. And just by, if you're Bitcoin heavy, you're sitting pretty good, but like not as good as a stock market. Like I did a video yesterday at the stock market, and you can see their all-time highs, and nothing phases the Magnificent Seven. Like it's just not shrugging off everything. Any bad news, economic news, or So the crypto markets could be signaling to the lower risk sector, which is the stock market. The potential weakness could be coming. So you can see these are global markets. The whole market cap of the entire crypto market is down 7%. Wow, it's bad. It's so bad. We got Bitcoin down like 6%, close to 7%. 7% at the very bottom of the wick of the candle, but 6% now. Ethereum down 9%. BNB 11%. Solana, you can go down. XRP, Toncoin, Doge down 13%. Cardano down 16%, guys. 16% Cardano. Just go down the list, and the lower you go, the more brutal it looks like it gets, Absolutely, it's not looking good, guys. You get HBAR 12%, Cosmos 14%, and the list goes on and on and on. And yeah, look at that. Brett coin, the meme coins, down 20% in a day. That's what you get for holding meme coins. I hate meme coins. I think they're absolute disgust of the industry. They don't provide any value. They have got communities which engage, but that's about it. They don't provide anything to the ecosystem. But it's not fundamental. You can't fundamentally value a meme coin. It's something that if you love them, you got to understand that 20% down days. Don't be surprised. It's just you're gonna cop it. and it's just a slap in the face for not doing your research. Buying into proper projects that actually produce, actual good, tools to use, like decentralized exchanges, lending protocols, gaming, actual utility that we need in this space to grow. A tweet, Macro Edge, 16,365 job cuts this month so far. Data tracking will resume on Friday across all our services. So pretty bad. The cuts are lower than 2023. UPS is shutting down its Baltimore facility, resulting in 500 jobs cuts that will take place in August as part of much larger restructure. So the freight companies are doing it tough, and if they start cutting jobs at a rapid pace, you're not going to get your deliveries on time, and it's going to affect a lot of people's businesses with their shipping products in e-commerce, or it could affect Amazon as well because they work with them. And we need mail to go circling around, otherwise that's just going to get anything by email, and we don't trust a lot of email because you get a lot of scammers out there. So it's interesting to see that we get some job cuts this month, heading into the job report, which for unemployment rate is coming up tonight, which is very, very interesting. And I'll bring up that as we got on Forex Factory. We've already had this week, we've had ISM manufacturing, which came in lower than expected, which is bad, a miss. Job openings were actually better than expected. 7.96 mil, we got 8.14 mil. Slight uptick, like I mentioned in the other video I made. ADP came out on Wednesday at 150k employment change versus 163 added. So it missed. So bad news there. Unemployment claims was higher than expected. So they expected to stay flat, 234k. We've got 238k, so we've got higher unemployment claims. ISM services PMI came in lower than expected. So the service industry and the manufacturing industry is looking pretty weak now, and it's been declining for months. So we'll see what happens there, how that affects the overall. The manufacturing services make up a big part of our economy. So especially in the US, which is data's tracking, it could tumble down to the rest of the world because they're the leading reserve currency and global leaders in business and trade. So, and China's the second biggest economy. So it's and in Australia we're only tiny, so we can't move the needle in terms of what affects the global markets. And tonight we have non-farm employment changes. So we have 191 forecasted from previous 272. So whether we get lower or higher, we'll see what happens there. And the much anticipated unemployment rate, which is expected to stay flat at 4%. So probably make a video tomorrow, a quick video updating on that number that comes out, and check on the markets and see how they got impacted by that. So all right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. The altcoin market is definitely not in good shape. With Bitcoin, ETH tumbling, ETH's down 10%, Bitcoin's down 7%, and the rest of the altcoin market's down a lot more than that. I'll tell you what, it's brutal out there. It's absolutely, it's a massacre. It really is. It's definitely not a moment I want to remember. I want to get past these moments, especially for a holder. I feel for you. It's tough, but that's why you got channels like mine who tell it as it is and present the facts and show you that the time is not now to get invested. It's if you are, take some losses and don't make it even worse for yourself, because things can get really, really ugly really quickly. And today you've seen that, some big losses. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please smash the like, comment your thoughts below, subscribe to stay updated. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.